What is up, you guys? This is MiniSuperHeroes Today. Hey guys, Jonathan here, back with another AMA. So how this works is you guys get to ask me questions on my subreddit, which there will be a link for in the description below this video. Then I take those questions, cut them up, put them in this cup, and then draw them out randomly and answer your questions every week. So we're gonna go in and answer some new questions this week, starting right now. Throwing back to when you made the Flash and Arrow customs from the Arrowverse, or DC shows on the CW, do you think you'll make more Arrowverse customs since Arrow is ending on its 8th season? Also, do you like those shows? If so, which one? From It's Mad Maxwell 26. So, I actually don't watch the CW shows. Now, I've seen several episodes, some of the more prominent ones, like the crossover episodes and whatnot, but I'm not an active viewer. I actually don't have cable, so I only watch stuff that's on Netflix and Hulu and things like that, and soon to be Disney Plus streaming. But, I know those shows are on there. I've just never really gotten into them. I have made some customs from them, and maybe I'll make some customs down the road here, but we'll see. That's a great question, and if you guys want that, drop a comment below and let me know. What has been your favorite year for LEGO Marvel? Mine has been 2018 Infinity War sets, from Coldest632. Wow, favorite year for LEGO Marvel? That's a great question. I think that 2012 was obviously a great year because that was our first LEGO Marvel year. The early 2000s were cool with the old Raimi Spider-Man stuff. I know that that's technically not a real answer, but other than that, wow. 2017 was really good with Guardians 2 and Thor Ragnarok. 2018 with Infinity War, of course. So those would probably be the years that come to mind for me for best LEGO Marvel. What set do you think has the best price-to-part ratio? From Darcy05. That's a good question. So the price-to-part ratio can actually be mathematically proven within some level of, variability. So how it works is basically, on average, LEGO sets, the pieces should be worth about 8 to 10 cents a piece. So if you multiply that by the piece count, that can tell you roughly if it's a good price-to-part ratio. So for example, if you have an 100-piece set, at 10 cents a piece, if you do the math on that, that should be about $10, right? So, it's something like that, somewhere in that neighborhood that I would put it. So, it's hard to say what the best price to piece ratio is. That's kind of hard to say, too. It's hard to say, and it's hard to say. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, the junior sets are very, very bad examples of that because they have big pieces and printed pieces, so that drives the price up while keeping the piece count down. But I don't know. This is actually a question I would rather have you guys answer because there's so many sets, it's hard to answer. I mean, obviously, like in my city here, some of the creator sets are definitely great value for what you get as far as like the brick count and then the final build, but I honestly don't know. Best price to piece ratio. What do you guys think? Drop a comment below. What originally made you start buying LEGO? From Epic Roblox 007. I started getting LEGO sets as a kid, and honestly, I've just always been into it ever since. I would say maybe around 2011, 2010, somewhere like that. I actually took a little break for a little bit, but I was still like on brickset.com looking at the new sets coming out. I just wasn't buying anything. So 2012 rolled around with the rebirth wave of Batman sets, not like DC Rebirth, but like the new Batman sets, and then of course the Avengers sets, and that's really what pulled me back in, and I've been buying LEGO pretty consistently ever since 2012. So I've just always been into it. I know that that's not exactly the coolest answer ever, but I just remember like my babysitter as a little kid would like surprise me with LEGO sets sometimes, and I would always get them for birthdays and Christmas and stuff, and it's just something I've always loved, and here I am today at age 23, still loving it. What is your favorite and least favorite Stranger Things character, and what are your ideas for some future Stranger Things sets? From Eggos. So my favorite Stranger Things character and least favorite, good question. Nancy is definitely one of my favorite characters, because I mean, come on, she's absolutely gorgeous. But of the main guys, probably Dustin. Everybody loves Dustin. Eleven's great. Hopper's great. I mean, it's just such a great show. Everybody's pretty likable, but I don't know if there's somebody I didn't like. I guess it's cheating to say like the villains, like the bad guys in season 3, but you know what? Erica from season 3, she kind of annoyed me in some scenes. So if I had to pick somebody, it would be her. She seemed like she didn't really need to be on the mission in the mall. Spoiler alert. and they would have done just fine without her, even from a writing standpoint. So if I had to pick somebody, I guess I would say Erica. Leo and Liz, I'm not sure how to say this, but they asked, do you like Lego brickheads? And the answer to that would be yes. With the exception of the holiday brickheads, I have almost every single one. They're displayed out in my living room, so that's pretty cool. Alright, Luke Transo22 asks, if you could have a Lego set about any scene in the MCU, what would it be, who would the figures be, and what would be the price? So, that's a great question. I actually think that Lego is missing the boat by not doing like a throwback MCU series and like doing like a set from every Marvel movie for the 10-year anniversary. I mean, I know we had all the Endgame sets and stuff and you don't want to overcrowd the market or anything, but I feel like that was a total missed boat not to go back and make sets from like Captain America, the first Avenger, the first 3 Iron Man movies. Well, I guess Iron Man 3 got sets, but you know what I'm saying. Go back to sets that, go back to the movies that didn't really get a lot of sets. They should have done that, but some cool ones off the top of my head, you know, like the Cap versus Bucky scene from the Winter Soldier would have been cool. Some stuff from Thor: The Dark World, as much as I don't like that movie, could have been some cool opportunities there. Maybe like a Big Fig Destroyer build from the first Thor movie. Definitely some missed opportunities, but those would be probably the sets I would choose. And for our last question today, Fake Fortnite Pro asks, what is your favorite Lego game? So I assume this is a video game question, and my big 3 for the video games are Lego Marvel Super Heroes 1, the first Lego Marvel game, the Indiana Jones game, and then, of course, the big one, Star Wars The Complete Saga. Those are all just amazing games and a big part of my childhood that I absolutely love. So thank you guys for sending in these questions. Don't forget to visit the Mini Superheroes Today subreddit in the description below, and you can ask your questions there for me to answer on next week's AMA. I'm really enjoying doing these, and thanks so much for being a part of them. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO content coming in the near future. So, thanks for tuning in to today's video, and until next time, build on.